Wrong way to go. That's what Tennessee's House Speaker says about a threatening letter that 2 of his members sent to the TBI. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Carrie Sharp.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. News Channel 5 Investigates first revealed the letter in which 2 GOP lawmakers urged the TBI to drop its investigation of the Millersville Police Department or face, quote, unnecessary political fallout.
Our chief investigative reporter Phil Williams broke that story, and he caught up with Speaker Cameron Sexton today on the campaign trail.
With the November election in the home stretch, Tennessee Republicans are traveling the state trying to get out the vote while also trying to avoid stepping into the political mess created by 2 of their own. If you were looking for cheerleading for the Republican ticket, this Get Out the Vote effort in Robertson County was the place to be. But if you were looking for harsh criticism of 2 of their own, you would have been disappointed.
You can express yourself differently for disagreement than using the phrase political fallout if you don't stop your investigation.
House Speaker Cameron Sexton was referring to the letter sent by Representative Bud Halsey, chairman of the House Criminal Justice Committee, which oversees the TBI. That letter was also signed by Representative Monty Fritz, a member of that same committee. In it, they criticized the TBI for its search of the Millersville Police Department, as well as the home of Assistant Chief Sean Taylor. The letter ends with a warning about, quote, unnecessary political fallout if the investigation continues.
That's totally a wrong way to go. I think there's a better way if you're voicing your dissatisfaction with something without going down that road.
Was it proper for them to even voice their dissatisfaction, though?
Well, I mean, I think sometimes people all the time say, hey, can I talk to you about this? What's going on here?
Halsey has said in a statement that it was not his intent to interfere with the Millersville investigation, which is what Sexton says his committee chairman told him.
And I think he probably was thinking he had moved in a different direction than I think how people are interpreting the letter.
Threatening political fallout, subtly or not so subtly, that's where you step over the line, and it almost seems like to be a threat.
Across the aisle, there were other opinions. Representative Gloria Johnson wrote on X, quote, no one is misinterpreting the letter. It is clear, and those 2 reps appear to have violated our ethics code. She added, this is how bullies operate. Senator Jeff Yarbrough of Nashville agreed. Political interference or retribution for an investigation is a line that absolutely shouldn't be crossed. And House Democratic Caucus Chair John Ray Clements questioned whether Sexton should remove Halsey from his position of chairman of the committee.
Does this guy deserve to continue serving as chairman of the Criminal Justice Committee? Someone who would use their power in this way?
Well, we felt the same way when we put the Tennessee 3 up for a vote, and he didn't feel like that rose to a level to remove them from the General Assembly or even take them off committees.
As for Sean Taylor's bizarre claims,
there's members of the TBI that we believe are higher up that are a part of this corruption that goes into this demonic stuff.
That the TBI is in cahoots with demonic forces.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds crazy.
The House Speaker assured me that he fully supports Director David Roush and his agency pursuing their investigations wherever the facts may lead.
They have investigations. They do this for a living. They're professional. We need to allow them to do their job, and then we'll find out what happens at the end when they conclude it.
Of course, with a deep red state like Tennessee, Democrats know there's nothing they can do to force the Speaker's hand if, in the end, he decides there should be no consequences for 2 members of his own party. In Springfield, Phil Williams, News Channel 5 Investigates.
Phil, thank you.